day of destruction continues. We're a little bit further into the day, which is weird to say.
Yeah.
The sun's going up still. But, Tommy, it is now time to jump into these cars and do some figure eight skid plate racing.
Always a fun event. This is an event that is just like a skid plate race, but with an intersection. How about that?
Yeah.
And this race is a bit different because I feel like when you go into the corners, you have to stop pretty much. Because you gotta not, gravity will take over. And then once you're going around the corner and ready to go through the start-finish line in the intersection, you have to hammer the gas. So it's like a stop-and-go race almost.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun one. We have a number of cars that are going to be joining us out there.
We'll have 10 cars out there, and you're going to be driving.
Yes, I am.
You're going to be driving the car that was originally set up
For a Derby.
for a Derby.
But not anymore. We saved it.
Yep.
We've had some interesting scenarios with this car. We'll find out how good it runs, how happy it is. But yeah, and then you're going to be in your car that we resurrected.
With the resurrection car, the brother to the runt.
Yes.
And
Yours
so
is doing much better, apparently.
yeah, absolutely. Hey, I like that car. It's a pile of crap, but I like it.
Yeah.
Little stick shift, little motor, a lot of fun.
Figure eight racing, Tommy, 20 laps of action?
Yep.
Oh boy, are you ready for this?
I will find out.
It's figure eight, folks. Watch out for that intersection because we're coming for it now.
Oh man.
And figure eight racing tends to go a little bit better for me, apparently.
Yeah.
The brother of the run, I thought that thing was doing all right.
It was doing all right in the staging lanes.
Yeah.
Once I got into the track, it was all game over.
What happened?
The motor started going away, and then finally, the motor finally did die.
Hey, like that.
Just like that.
That's crazy. So your motor blew up.
Blew the motor
So that
up.
car's done now, too?
I wish I could say I grenaded the motor. If I was going to blow a motor, I wish I could grenade it, but no. I literally ran it to its death. It just quit running.
Yeah. Me on the other hand, the skid plate race, the figure eights, the car, it's an interesting car because it feels bogged down. It feels like it doesn't want to go. But obviously maybe that's an advantage in this race because in the turns, you need to slow down to make those turns and you can't floor it through because you'll spin out. I spun out a couple times in this race, but I was able to work my way up to a top 5. So.
One of the things that we decided to use that car for a skid plate figure eight car was because it's identical to the car that you run in the skid plates. Was there any, identical parts, or is every car different?
It felt the same, but the only difference that I noticed was in the steering. And I think it's because it's a flatter track. We're not using as much of the banking as that. I'm locking up the steering, not like the run. Not that stupid thing.
Correct,
but, I'll hit the end of my turning radius, and it'll be like, okay, gotta correct it. So that's why I spun out a few times. But no, it was a fun race. I really enjoyed it. My probably most exciting moment in it was taking you out.
That was pretty good.
I took you out in more ways
my
than
car
one.
was running just horrible enough to stay moving. Once you took me out, that car was over.
I put you out of your
That
misery.
was over.
But you said it was a good seat, right?
I got to see, as you saw, I got to watch everybody drive by, see you spin out in front of me.
Yeah.
And it looks like that car is going to be definitely in the chain race now because the motor doesn't run, but it can be a great puller.
Well, one thing that I think we have seen so far is that Dave Destruction's been pretty good to us. You got a top 10 in the last race, top 5 now in the figure eights.
Yep.
Both of us technically got a top 10 in this one.
Very true.
So, what do you say we move on to the next one?
Oh, man. How about the Enduro?
Skid plates.
How about these skid plates? I forgot our Enduro with the flag forward.